Anthony Topping from Frame It All. I'm going to show you how to build an African keyhole garden using our curved timbers and our straight timbers and our joints. So let's get going, let's build this, and you'll see how easy it is. I already laid out the timbers in the general area as well as my stakes. So I'm going to build my first level. It's going to take 6 curved timbers going around. So that's our curved area. Now we're going to come in with our 2 straight timbers to make our keyhole. Take a timber, we can take some points, see how far it is, make little adjustments that way. When I hammer the stake on, I want to make sure the top of the stake is level with the bracket. Now I'm using a rubber mallet, but you could use a regular, steel hammer is fine too. So if you were going to build this on a hard surface, you would use a stake that has this point cut off as your first level. Okay. Now we're going to build the second and third level. Finish that off. You could go any amount of levels. So if you want to go 4 or 5, if you want to just go 1 level, you just keep stacking one on top of the other. I'm going to put 2 more levels on and then we'll do our composter. How the timbers are designed, they have a concave, convex timber, so they nest one on top of each other, so it makes a nice clean finish. So I want to explain to you the importance of bracketing the curved timber all in the same direction. You have the 45-degree angle timber, and we have 1 bracket down and 1 bracket looped up. And we want to make sure all the timbers are bracketed the same way when your curve is going all in the same direction. If you want to zigzag, with some kind of design with your curved timber, then you're going to do the reverse with your brackets so you can then do another curve. But for this design, the curve is all going in the same direction. You can end it right here, after you put your caps on, you put those on, or you can build for a true keyhole garden, which I'm going to show you next. Let's put a composter using our product in the middle. We're going to use these finishing sleeves as spacers, so when we're building up using our timbers, we have gaps between the timbers so the compost can feed our soil. So we're going to utilize these finishing sleeves. You can build it any height you want. You can also build it any shape you want. I'm going to use whole timbers. I'm going to make a triangle out of the timbers, but you could use our curved timbers, maybe 2 curved timbers in an I shape, and use these as spacers going up as a composter. You can cut the timbers. If you want to make a smaller size composter, it's up to you. It's a building product. You can cut it, you can customize with it, so feel free to do any of that. But let's get going. I'll show you how to make a triangle composter. So you don't have to necessarily build your composter right down level with this ground. You can put soil onto the base and start your compost 1 or 2 levels up. I would definitely have it at least 1 level down into the ground, and then have your composter above. So I'm going to bring my timbers within here, and I'm going to start to put this together. So I'm going to butt my triangle composter right up against the wall here. I'm going to use our cut-off stakes for the bottom. You're looking to maintain this gap over here using spacers and the loop. So I know I have to get a timber going across this way. I'm going to build it like so. I'm going to put another stake in. So these spaces now, as you're adding compost material within here, and as that compost is breaking down, it's able to feed the soil around here where you're going to have your plants. Now you can build like a pyramid of rocks inside here. So as you're watering your composter, because you want to water it to activate all the microorganisms to break down everything, will help the water that has all the nutrients from the compost go out towards your bed. So there you have it. You can, if you like, to hammer this stake down into the ground more. If you want it flush with it, that's fine. And then cap it off and you're done. So, you know, depending how high you want this, how big you want your compost. Again, you could cut the timbers to any length if you wanted it smaller. If you wanted a different shape, you can do different shapes with it. If you want to do something with a curve, you can do a curve with it. So you can really customize what you want with compost, or in your garden for that matter. So I hope you like it, and happy gardening.